that moment where I was just like, I don't think I can write anymore. I literally cannot write. I tried for months. So like I made the whole song is a story and I wrote it with this video. This is making music so much more fun now.
Hello.
Right, we're standing. Why is your leg crossed like that?
It's comfy. It's comfy.
So, guys, we've talked about doing this for a long time, and what makes this so exciting is that you two had your first little meet cute in real life, right?
Meet cute.
No, we've met before.
Oh, you've met in person before.
Yeah,
Okay, so I wanted to establish the scene why we're all here today, why you've gathered us in your living room today.
I literally just was like, hey, he's like, you want to come over? I'm like, all right. And then that was it.
Yeah.
We have no plans except working on music.
Yeah, the plan was to not go out while he was here and make music and content and different shit. Yeah.
That's like your dream. Well, let me, for the people who don't know you, Andrew, you are an artist, you're a DJ, and you're a fabulous content creator.
Thank you.
Yes,
just
he
like
is.
Proppa.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to get into some of these topics because the point of this show is to help other artists like yourselves who need some inspiration from people and to see how they do things and how they run their lives. So I think it's really cool that you guys, and I'll let you tell the story, but you met through SoundCloud, right?
Yeah.
So how did that happen?
I finally had one good remix. I was like posting. I've been trying this for like 2017, and like my remixes were like they weren't really popping off. And then I did a Candy Shop remix, and it was doing very, very, for the first time ever. I actually saw like numbers. I was just like, oh shit. And then he reached out to me after because he already was killing it on the remix in the SoundCloud game and everything. And I'm guessing what you probably saw the algorithm, and it was just like you related to his was probably like,
he was the most related track I think to my Missy Elliott remix at one point on SoundCloud, like the top related track. And every time my song would end, if it was ever playing, his song would come on.
Yeah.
And I was just at one point just like, who the hell is this Candy Shop remix? I really liked it. Like it was like the first time I heard it.
It's funny too because right now our algorithm on Spotify, literally.
We just noticed today, if you go to my Spotify profile, fans also like he's the top suggested artist for me. And then on his page, I'm the top suggested artist for him. And we don't even have a collab out yet.
Isn't that weird?
So it's wild how much our fan base is just like,
Here's the
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Spotify takes like they take things not just from like music, what people listen to, but also like social media. Dude, I mean, what if they're like spying on us and they literally were just like, oh, they're hanging out this weekend?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think it was like that before. I think my top one was DJ Susan up until like a week or two ago.
DJ Susan.
Yeah, shout out Sue.
Shout out to DJ.
Also maybe like how our phones listen to us and they'll show you ads for things that are nearby and stuff. Maybe we just knew you guys were in the same vicinity because you live in LA, right? So you made the trip out here and you guys are spending the weekend making music, making content, doing this podcast, which I'm super excited about. And one thing that I think is incredible about your page is the insane like effects that you put into your, like you put like crazy special effects, like crazy shit into your videos.
Yeah.
And you just told me before this that you're in film school, so now I'm connecting the dots.
Oh.
Did that become before you wanted to be, a DJ and producer, or simultaneously? How are those two things related?
I think it's because like, so someone told me that I didn't have a brand. I was like talking to this label manager and he's like, yeah, I don't really have a brand yet. And I was looking at it. I was just like, I really don't like, I like palm trees and bright colors, but like, other than that, like, what else do like, so I decided like everyone always just posts is like, they post their song up and they're like, hey, new song, boom, listen to it. And like, who does, it takes so much to get someone out of like their social media app to Spotify or Apple Music. So, in film school, I just like was picking up techniques from just, we're doing like movie scores and stuff like that. And then hanging with other film students. I was just like, man, this is fun. Like literally you can't have a movie. Like some of the most famous movies, literally you hear Lord of the Rings and like you hear that song, you immediately can like, you're in the Shire, Harry Potter.
Picture things. Yeah.
And so going to this film school, I realized that like you need music and film together. And so I was like, what if I just like entertain people and make them forget they're even listening to a new song of mine?
That's so cool. Okay. the magic word brand. Talk a lot about that on this show. Proppa, Jonah, my brother. I always have to clarify that. We talk about that ad nauseum, and you've talked about how your brand is like the education component, like the education and, you know, all of your remixes. So I love that you decided your brand should be that entertainment factor. And I know a lot of people take issue with the fact that you need a brand now, right? Like you need, but you decided, like I don't have a choice, so I'm just gonna go fucking hard in the paint with it and make dope videos.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I don't know, if people say like, oh, I don't need a brand, I don't know, like, I get people don't want to like conform with, you know, the norms, whatever, but like, I don't know, I'm having fun with it now. Like, I don't know, people, maybe it's like obvious to tell, but like, I'm actually having fun with these videos. And like, I wrote a song called Festival Fries, and I made a French fry costume.
Yeah,
like,
so crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was, that made me laugh. Like, I thought that was so funny, and it was just fun to do and entertaining. And I don't know, like, before I fucking would dread posting on social media, and like, still it's kind of difficult. Like, if I don't have a song coming up, I literally don't know what to post other than my own music. And you know,
yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, the thing about his content that's so crazy is like, as a video editor myself, like I know the amount of work that goes into the type of stuff he makes, and it's like ridiculous with the green screen stuff and everything, and like cutting out his face like to be in videos. So like, and the weird thing is like, it's a lot of pre-planning that you have to do, like with props and like getting like outfits together, and you know exactly how a shot's, he has to know how he wants a shot to look before he edits it and stuff. It's just a whole different layer of content creation that a lot of people aren't ready for. But with that said, it's like you look at it and it's like, wow, this is like a big hill that I have to climb to like make content like this. But in reality, it's like you just got better every video. I feel like you've gotten more and more. You've learned how to make shots work more and more every video, like crazier shots, because you just try it. And I feel like that's the same thing with my content. Yeah, like I've definitely gotten better and better every time, where it's like, well, I knew this worked last time, so now I'm going to add this to it. And like
you put in the reps.
Yeah.
Just like with production, with anything, it takes time for something to be, you know, to great and to perfect it. But really quickly about Hobby Lobby, are you popular there? Because I feel like they don't see a lot of people like you at Hobby Lobby.
How do you get all your props and stuff?
I literally go to Hobby Lobby. I'll have an idea, and like I said, I actually have a script of like scenes and everything, and the stuff I need, and I will just go through Hobby Lobby, and I was like, okay. For instance, I had a cotton candy one for my high. Yeah, I put my face on cotton candy. I was just like, well, I'm not gonna actually where the fuck am I gonna find actual cotton candy? So thank God Easter was coming up. So they have like all these like fluffy, like random ball, whatever, just random fluff.
Yeah.
And I got it, and I just put it on a stick, bought some glue, the glue gun, whatever, put that on, and boom, cotton candy.
That's so cool.
I just walk. So
cool.
I wonder why you didn't actually take a bite of it in the video.
I did, and it tasted terrible. It's not cotton candy. Dude, it's like you ever like have hair in your mouth, you're just like, ah.
I saw you like put your mouth. I didn't see you like tear it off though. That's what I was saying.
I had to cut that part because I was like,
that's so funny. That's dedication.
Yeah.
It's interesting because like yours is all of like the pre-planning with the scenes and stuff for the special effects, and then with you, Jonah, spoiler alert, you do my video editing. A lot of people have asked me that because you do such a great job, and so people want to know who's doing it. And you kind of reverse engineer because I give you clips and then you insert memes.
Yeah.
And both of those things are just like creative processes that I can't even fathom. Like I'm so burnt out on what I do, and like this isn't your guys' primary function as artists. Your primary function is to make music. So the fact that you also can do these things, but it also helps. Like everyone needs to have some sort of other creative outlet.
Yeah.
Because it helps fuel. You can't just work on music 24/7.
Well, there's also a lot of people that talk about like you can't just make music either. Like in terms of your brand, you can't just be a musician. Like, and it doesn't mean you have to like do everything. It's like, for instance, like one of my buddies, Enzo, like he has a whole kind of visual aspect with his too. That's like natural and trippy too, and like purple colors and stuff, and like he works a whole visual aspect into his brand and like cinematic aspect. You can't just be one thing. Like you can't just make house music. It's like, what flavor of house music do you make? And like, how do you post on social media? Like, how do people perceive you? Like, even if it's simple as like Chami, his whole thing is church. Like, you go to church when you're listening, you know what I mean? And having like a secondary aspect to your brand is so important. And like,
this is why I say it all the time, artists, DJs, producers, you're entrepreneurs, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Because you have to, I consult businesses on their brands. Being a DJ is no fucking different. You can, if you want to be memorable in today's age, like, you have to have some sort of consistency to you.
Yeah. Consistency,
and that doesn't mean you have to play the same kind of music. It doesn't mean you have to make the same kind of music. It just means that there's got to be a through line. Yeah. Through what you do.
The deeper you get into it, you start to realize like where there can be cohesion between, not just in the music. I mean, because that's important. That's something we always talk about, is like cohesion in music and like, you know, songs being themed too. But more than that, there's a way like to make the whole brand cohesive across. Like, I want when people go to my SoundCloud, to my TikTok, to my Spotify, to my Instagram, like, I want them to feel like in Twitter too. Like, I want them to feel X, not Twitter. I want them to feel like they're looking at the same person. You know what I mean? And they're like, I always reference back, like, you know, when you're watching a Quentin Tarantino movie,
right?
You know what I mean? And like, you know, when you're looking at a Quentin Tarantino movie flyer,
right,
poster. You know what I mean? You know when you're listening to like a freaking song made for a Quentin Tarantino movie. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, and it's kind of like, the cohesion is really huge. And it takes a while to like be able to start thinking about that. You can't just like right off the jump, like, as an artist, be prepared with that type of cohesion. But
yeah, also like, just like being like creatives, like all of us, I feel are, you know, creatives, but like, someone said this once at a Q&A I was at, but you don't, because you're a creative, you're good at a lot of things, but you need to hone in on like one or two things. And because I was during the lockdown, I was doing streaming, music, photography, that was dumb. That's so much money. I can't believe I did that. Lenses are so expensive.
They are.
But I was just trying to do everything, and then it's now I finally found like one thing. Kind of double-edged sword though, because now every song I make it like I have to do this video. I want to be consistent, and I don't want to be like, oh, you know, he does sometimes this video. I was like, I want it to be like my thing.
Yeah.
You know, where you see, I'm going to be on a screen doing something with a green, like everyone says something about green screen with me, and I'm like, okay, all right, I have something.
That's your thing.
I got something. In and out, green screen, and Vroom Bay. That's like the thing.
It holds you accountable, you know, and it's good. And like, once you start to see the payoff of, wow, people are like recognizing, they're pointing things out. Like, I always know that I've done a good job branding myself when someone sends me something and they're like, this reminded me of you. I was like, and it's usually a Chihuahua or something from Adam's Family or something like emo. And I'm like, that's it. You got me pegged. Like,
doesn't it feel good?
It does, because it means you're consistent. Like, you're putting out something in the world that people like, you know.
What's always funny is like, you did it to me yesterday. People send me videos of songs, of remixes all the time. And they're like, is this your remix?
I got upset. I was like, is this your fucking song? It wasn't. It's so cool. And like, it just takes repetitions. You just got to keep going at it. And eventually, one thing that people seem to forget in the age of social media, they think if they like get no likes or no feedback on something, it's because nobody likes it. But it's just the algorithm.
Yeah.
So it's like, just keep going. Like, if you believe in something and it's enjoyable, like you said, you enjoy doing this now, then just keep going at it, and something will come to fruition.
Yeah. I mean, now, like I said, like my videos also they all have stories, but now so does like my music. I was showing my professor a place called France.
Yeah.
It's not even out yet, but I've been just showing people, and like he says, like, dude, this sounds like it's like a story. I was like, that's what I've been doing. Because like when I make these songs now, I put it to a little video that is a story. Like Plastic Hotel was probably like, that was like
the Plastic Hotel video is so cool. I'll show. Can I show a clip of it?
Yeah, but
it's so cool.
I made it. I made that song like when I was very, very, very sad. I just broke up with my girlfriend. Now I live alone. It's lockdown, and then the whole video is me falling in a black hole, and then all of a sudden falling and waking up, and I'm in just like this new beautiful wonderland, whatever, and I find my muse. like as in like I found a way to make music again. It's literally about that moment where I was just like, I don't think I can write anymore. I literally cannot write. I tried for months. Anyway, so like I made the whole song is a story, and I wrote it with this video. And again, this is making music so much more fun now. Like,
that's amazing.
it's so difficult, but it's so much fun.
That's amazing because everyone like needs something that will keep you going when shit gets tough. And like, I'm sure you can relate when you're making a track and it's just something's not working. And for me, it's like if I'm writing, so you know, because I'm a writer and I'm writing something that's just not what I want to say, having that other element to it and like, oh, but you know what? Like, I really kicked ass at this video or whatever. Like, it's like the little things that keep you going.
Mm-hmm. Being able to pivot as a creative is like the most important thing, just in general. Like, you know, if you get stuck on anything or like if you feel stuck in your career in general, like just like pivoting what you're doing or the way that you look at what you're doing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, and I mean, for you, like, I know you're really consistent with like your videos and stuff. And for me, like, I used to be a lot more consistent with how I would release my remixes. It was like every 2 weeks. The artwork was like the exact same. The videos I did were like skits with like Tech Bro and like all this stuff.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and I eventually, like, I think there was a point where, and it's also because I have a full plate, but like I've just kind of just been like tossing them on SoundCloud like I'm throwing breadcrumbs to ducks, like just here DJs.
Yeah.
You know? And I mean, that was just a pivot I had to make in order to feel like comfortable with my release schedule and like just having enough stuff to have content about and like, I don't know. But pivoting as a creative just like is the huge thing. And then also like maybe just like if you're like, I don't box myself in a tech house anymore. Like I'll make pretty much anything at this point. And as long as I can get a post out of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. Like just we were just talking about this, but like having content, like, yeah, I have this thing now. I do these videos, but like that takes a lot of time. And like I'm trying to be more like there's some like, you know, some artists that we all know that like they are so good at social media. Like maybe I think 2 times a week maybe posting is good to just, you know, let people know you're still alive and you're still doing it. Cranked At is amazing. Like have you seen it? Like he's just like taking like TikToks, whatever, and then making it with a dubstep. Which is kind of harder.
Yeah, Crank That's insane.
Yeah, I've seen that. And that's what I was going to ask. So, I mean, not everybody goes to film school. Not everybody can do these amazing video editing tricks that both of you do. What would your advice be to someone who, like, needs to be consistent on social media? For me, I always say find something that is easy to talk about and like it's enjoyable, it'll come easy to you. What kind of advice would you give someone who like needs to build, you know, some sort of social media presence?
Want to go first?
Well, I mean, like I think just and it's dumb, but it's just like start. Like literally you have to start, because it's even more so than music. It's one of those things that's like scary, because like and not for all of it, but for most of it, you're going to be on camera. And that's like, as an educator, and he teaches too, like it's one of the hardest things, because at this point, I'm more of like a artist coach more than just like a production mentor, but like, and the hardest thing for a lot of people is just like, I'm not comfortable being on camera, or like showing my face or talking. Terrifying. Like I hate my voice, stuff like that.
Yeah, when you hear your voice, you're just like, you get used to it after a while, but
you get used to it.
You do, and you stop caring.
Once you realize it's like you talk to people every day.
Right.
It's like, well, you might, if you can't do it on camera, you might as well just never talk to anyone or show your face.
You have to get out of your ego. When I first started, because like I was on the news, I couldn't watch my reports. And I always had to also like try to look perfect. Now I don't give a fuck. You also like, one thing that I always tell people is like, why are you embarrassed? Because people don't care about you that much.
They
At
don't.
the end of the day, nobody fucking cares about you.
It's just you who cares about you.
Yeah, literally. Yeah,
I'm the same way.
Especially at that point, like if you haven't started creating content yet, like what are you
Nobody's
afraid
gonna be
of?
sitting there nitpicking your videos. And if they are someone who has the time to nitpick, then obviously they're not doing that well.
Yeah.
It's usually from an envious standpoint.
Envious and bored and have nothing going for them.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, and it's the things I used to have to do to try to make content before I exactly knew what I was doing with iMovie, you know, and like making fake, like all this, it would take me hours to make one video that now takes me 20 minutes to make in Final Cut Pro. And it's like, it took, you know, a year to do it, but it was consistency, just like music production, especially like if we're talking to artists specifically, it's no different than music production. The time you put in is what you get out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you have to start somewhere, unless you got money to pay someone to do it all for you. But even then, you still like someone
Learn it
can
yourself first.
Yeah, you can't rely on someone.
if you aren't social media trained, you can try to rely on someone to do stuff for you, but still it's not going to come out good, because if you're just monotone and like
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, you need to just train yourself.
Okay, so yeah, like exactly what you said. Literally start, because like this whole green screen thing didn't happen. Like I didn't like, oh, like I literally had it up because I used to stream during COVID, and I would just literally, every Sunday I would have a house stream where I just put on a background that everyone in the chat shows, and I was like a podcast almost. You barely heard music because I was fucking talking to everybody the whole time, because I was just so lonely. I just wanted to fucking talk to people. And so I left the green screen up for a long time, and I started doing like I did the hot in here one. And I had just I made some chili sauce with the fucking lemon.
What did we put on the background when we did our stream?
Oh,
we put 80s workout videos, dude.
Yeah, we did. What's his name?
Yeah, we did like one of those.
What's his fucking name? Jazzercise dude. God damn it! He's having there's a new
famous.
With the hair?
Yeah.
But I don't remember.
There's a new movie coming out, I think, with fuck it doesn't.
Yeah, we put old Jazzercise videos in the background while we were DJing. It was great.
That's awesome. That's really fucking. This career is so unserious.
It is.
People who take it seriously, like people who take it like, okay,
It's fucking
I
fun.
have to laugh at some of the artists, and I'm not naming names because they're artists that I like.
Give us
but
the
it's
names.
more. Well, it's more in like techno. Like you see them in their like military outfits, and they look so serious.
Wearing sunglasses and
and
indoors.
It's like, this is like life or death. It's
Be
like, no, it's
Yeah.
not. You get to make people happy for a living.
There's a way to have a serious brand, make serious
Sure,
music,
that's your
and like
brand.
entertain people with that while still not having that persona at all times.
Definitely. And
I
I guess I'm assuming that that's how they are in real life, but it's
I
like,
always reference Keanu Reeves. It's like Keanu Reeves doesn't walk through the set of John Wick shooting everybody.
Right.
And like tackling everything. Like he's fucking Keanu Reeves on set, and then when they hit action, he's John Wick. And then
Yeah.
as soon as the set's over, the DJ unplugs and he's back to being, and he or she's back to being.
And I've been fortunate that out of every artist I've ever met, I would say 0.5% of them are douchebags. Like most people are just so grateful to be doing what they love.
I mean, it's when it comes down to it's fucking music. We're not like
we're not solving cancer.
Yeah, I know people like people always like artists. Sometimes like they get envious of each other, which I think is I've been there, and it's a terrible way of thinking. And eventually, you've learned to get over it. But I forgot where I was going with this.
It does. But that's the thing. Like the social media gives us visibility, even though it's skewed into what other people are doing. And so there's envy there. It's an ego-driven. Everybody, you're artists. I'm a podcaster because we like being seen.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we like it, even if it's our deep down selves. Like there's something like we're a little bit,
We have to be egotistical in some way because no one's going to promote us except us.
Right.
You know?
And so, and obviously, yes, the love of the music is the number one thing. Like when I was a journalist, like I wanted to, do good. But being on camera was it was nice. I could have been a print journalist and not been on camera, but I chose to be on camera.
Yeah.
And you guys are choosing to be, on social media and on stage. And so but that does come with the issue of the ego can get in the way, and we can do things that we may regret or say things. I mean, I have learned now being part of this industry and the role that I'm in to just really think before I speak and tread carefully, because I think it's easy to get you can
have things manipulated, construed, and taken out of context.
Yes, right.
Oh, to being that's why being a podcaster, respect to you. I know we put ourselves out there as well, but your voice just is so it's always out there. Anyone can just take one thing and a snippet.
Yeah.
I've seen I just saw this TikTok of someone calling out somebody and then someone else replaying that video, calling them out, and then someone else finding out the truth about the original video.
Right.
I was just this is why I don't fucking go on social media. And TikTok is
one of the problems in general, and we talk about this a lot, is that a lot of people do not understand what it means to be even a small level public figure. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like you really do have to watch out what you say, and it's like, and when they want you to say something that they want you to say, it's like, look,
Right. Do you know what? I have been, and I know we won't, like, because we were talking about this before we started recording about the role of like news and everything in our lives. I have been all over the spectrum of opinions on controversial topics. I am now in this space of nihilism where I don't fucking care about anything. Anybody can try to pin me as something or another, and I'm gonna be like, sure, you're right. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
You think I'm a this? Sure. You think I'm a that? Sure. I literally don't care.
Yeah.
Because I realize that people are gonna forget if they get mad about something that I said or did. They're gonna be fucking over it in 2 days because something else is gonna pop up.
Yeah, and it's fun to be mad.
The news cycle and the drama cycle
that is so true.
and EDM Twitter is so fast you can't keep up. So I don't care. Like, I don't care. Eventually I'm going to say something that pisses people off. It's inevitable. We all do it. But I've gotten to a point where, and I know that that's a privileged take, right? Like, I don't think that I don't have a big enough platform yet to be deplatformed anyway.
Yeah.
But like, I just don't care. But I know that a lot of artists, what's at stake for you guys is getting booked. You know, there's a lot at stake, so you do kind of have to be careful of how you move in this world.
Yeah, for sure. And just gracious, you know, like at all times it's like, and I think this is important for business owners in general, like to just, you know, move with grace and decide how you feel about it later. You know what I mean? Like always move with grace, obviously within your best interest, but just like always move with grace, be grateful of everybody around you. You know, be the nicest one in the room. And then deal with how you feel about it later. It's just always like
so easy to be nice.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's some artists I see, like I ain't gonna say names, but like they're mean, and it's like part of their thing. I was like, why are you mean, dude? Like, this is sick. Like the whole reason why I do this because I'm very I'm pretty shy when I talk to anybody new, and this is it's the biggest opener. Like just like I being an artist, like he's just like you just play whatever people just come up to you and they talk to you for no reason. It's like It's so cool, like just I don't know, just being able to talk to people so easily.
So okay,
such an icebreaker.
Because I was just in New York today. I just got back today. We were talking about, first of all, I feel like New York gets that reputation of like everyone's rude. I don't have that experience. Every time I go there, everyone's amazing. Mm-hmm. But there's that. I don't know if you've heard this before. They say in New York, people are not nice, but they're kind, and in LA, they're nice, but they're not kind. And so what they mean, do you get it?
Yeah,
like
100%.
Kindness, like true kindness, like a New Yorker will help you if you're in trouble, but they'll tell you to fuck off while they're doing it. In LA, they'll be like, oh, no, I'm so sorry, I can't help you, but good luck.
Yeah.
Like, so is that stereotype true or no?
We were just literally just talking about this.
Yes, we were.
Like it's the whole, like the mentality in LA, because I'm California born and raised until I was in the military and I moved around a lot, but yeah, we kind of are like very passive aggressive. Like here, even like if the people are honking their shit to get people to move. New York is so bad. I mean, or they're really good at that, I guess. But yeah, in LA, people will wait. They'll just wait for someone. Oh, they're on their phone. They're texting. They're holding up traffic. No one will.
I would lose my mind.
I don't know. I'm always in traffic.
I have a question to tangent off of what he just said, because he was in the military.
Yeah.
So Andrew was in the military, and he spent a lot of time on a submarine.
You gonna make a joke?
What's the No, I want to ask. What's the wildest thing you could tell us on this podcast about being on a submarine?
The wildest thing?
Yeah.
I mean,
How was that question related, by the way?
What he did?
You know how LA is? Yeah, submarines.
I'll take it. That is an interesting question.
Dude, I mean, like, there's a lot of things I can't say, but like, I mean, it's not wild. I guess it's like besides realizing that you're like, 700-800 feet below, the water, and there's nothing you can do. There's nowhere you can go. I shared a rack with two other dudes. It's called hot racking because there's not enough space on a submarine. So when I woke up, another guy got in my bed, and then when that guy got up, another guy got in that bed, and then when I was done with my break, whatever, because you get work, cleanup, and maintenance, then you get a break, and then whatever time you have left, you sleep. So that's every day, by the way. I worked 24/7, well, like 2 months at a time.
That.
Yeah, miserable. That's why I'm so happy now.
But when did you get out of
I was
the submarine?
I was there for about a year and a half, and then I was like pretty much in limbo waiting to get transferred because like, dude, I couldn't do it. I literally had to like it's called tapping out, and like I literally just could not. I was just like, dude, I got one life to live. I'm so miserable. Like I remember like we'd be like in like because when you're a new kid, you have to do all like the dirty work. You have to clean the dishes and do all the shit. And I remember you can't. There's no phones. There's no laptops. There's no movies. You can't read anything except maintenance manuals. You have to get it's called a qualification that you pretty much you're certified to take care of the submarine. If anything happens, you know you can be anywhere in the ship and you can take care of.
Oh, my God.
I remember we'd be like every morning you have to wake up. We all get together. We all like have to read our notes because if anyone comes in, by the way, and sees you're not reading your notes, dude, like don't even want to deal with that shit.
What the fuck?
I remember like it's me and 4 other guys, and I'm telling them like. We're getting out of here, guys. I'm doing it. I'm getting off this something. They go, no, Andrew, you can't do it. I'm just like, I'm getting the fuck out of here, guys. I'm breaking out. Like, I literally had a plan. I was just like, I can't do this anymore. Like,
oh my God.
Because like in the meantime, I was working on music. So like whenever I got finally back onto dry land, I'd be in my studio. I'm trying to work on music, and I just can't get it back out to sea. So by the time it was so fucking hard.
That is insane.
Yeah. He's probably the only DJ who has this experience too.
Yeah,
I could think of.
For real.
I don't meet a lot of other submarine guys. I don't call myself a submariner because I kind of ditched. I left. Like,
it was. You did. Dude, that is an insane.
Yeah.
Accomplishment.
I'm claustrophobic, so I don't know if I could handle that at all.
Same. I can imagine. Like, have you ever been at a gig and been like, "Holy fuck! I used to be on a submarine." And now I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think about it when I like do drugs. I'm just like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Am I traumatized? That was insane.
Yeah. This at a much smaller scale, but when I was a news reporter, like I'm from the Midwest, so like easy weather, right? I had to report on a hurricane, and like a tree got uprooted.
Yeah,
during
there's
my
a clip
live
of
shot
that.
and came like flying in my direction. And I just can't believe, like, there's sometimes I think about the fact that, or like going to shooting scenes by myself, because reporters do all their own camera work. So I used to be a good video editor. I just am like PTSD from doing it every single day.
Yeah.
So I'd go to crime scenes by myself. Yeah. That's where they'd send me, and you plug in this thing called a Live View backpack, and it's like a giant cell phone signal, and that's how we went live. So without a videographer, without a live truck. And so I'd be at these like crime scenes. And like
an actual shooting?
Oh yeah, tons.
Where like the tape would be up and the cops would be there. Yeah,
it's still like a hot scene.
Yeah, hot scene. Yeah.
And and then I'd be going live by myself, and I think about that now as like because I was like 22, fresh out of college. Now as a 32-year-old, I'm like, fuck you! I cannot believe you fucking sent me a 22-year-old girl.
That's
to, like,
pretty.
Things.
That's brutal.
You know, but I have so much gratitude for the position I'm in now. Like just knowing I'll never have to.
Dude, I really think that like. Hard shit makes you like if you do something hard that you did not want to do, like that's why I really started like I might have never even done music to be honest because I grew up playing the saxophone, the trumpet, piano, and I just never like even thought I would be good enough to like be a musician. And it wasn't until I went into boot camp and I literally as they're yelling at me off the bus, I was like, I can't fucking do this. I made a huge fucking mistake. Like this is the dumbest shit ever.
But it made music seem easy.
Exactly. So 2 months after I graduated, I was like, "Holy shit, I did it!" Like, and I was like, "What? Okay, I did not. I literally, for a fact, did not think I can do that." And I was just like, "What else did I think I can't do that I can do?" And then so music was like, I was like, "I'm gonna start learning how to write music." It was a very slow process being in the military, but
that's so cool, and that's a really good lesson for people. Dude. Do something fucking hard.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
going to the gym
is the easiest way to do something that's hard, consistently. Yeah,
so fucking, dude, I might be so tired and even hungover sometimes, and I'd go there and I feel so God damn
at
good.
The end when you accomplish something and you're like, I just did that. Like
I just
pushed through,
and I didn't want to.
It's such a good feeling,
dude. It feels so good.
Something that your hard shit, Jonah has broken almost every bone in his body separately.
Because I was a gymnast.
And
for 13 years.
And strained. God, when he was little, I would take him to the skate park because I had to drive him,
fuck,
and I remember he like
that's where you lose.
Which injury was that? A broken ankle or?
I was warming up for a skate competition and I broke my ankle while you went to go get us Portillo's.
And he called. He's like, "Don't freak out. I think I broke my ankle." And I'm like, "God damn!" I was so mad. I had plans that day, but I was driving him to the hospital. He was so used to breaking.
It was always nonchalant. It was nothing. I walked off my torn ACL.
Yeah, he broke his back in gymnastics and worked out with it for weeks because his very aggressive coaches
it was like a day I worked out with it.
Yeah, he was like, "Don't be a pussy."
Yeah, it's like totally the military.
Yeah, literally.
Literally, So
like,
funny.
Jonah, you told the story like the first time you did my podcast of like when you broke. God, what was it?
When I tore my ACL, or when I
tore his ACL and your front teeth were missing.
Oh no, that was when I tore the ligaments in my ankle.
He tore the ligaments in his ankle, and then he pulled his intubation out, which took out your front teeth, and you sat there toothless and legless, making the most music you ever
could be built here.
Yeah.
We have the technology.
Yeah, I was in my dad's basement. It was our basement because I paid rent there too. But
just like putting out bangers.
Yeah,
because you were in pain.
Yeah,
you were miserable. Like I remember you had to like borrow some of my contacts because I don't know. There was like a lot going on. With you
there was. There was. I think like a month before that, I got.
Your glasses?
I got some guy jumped. Came up to me. I was leaving a gig at a club here in Chicago, and I mean I'll tell the full story.
You got jumped in Chicago? No way.
I was leaving a gig here in River North, and I walked outside with the owner of the club, and we were outside for no longer than 5-6 seconds because I was about to call an Uber. And some guy came up to us and he's like, "Hey, what's up, bros? Blah, blah, blah." And he started like feeling around in our pockets and stuff. And I'm like, "Hey, man, you mind like..."
As he's talking to you, he's doing that?
Yeah. And I'm like, and I shouldn't have said anything, but I'm like, "Hey, man, you mind not doing that?" And then he's like, and he looked at me like that and he snatched my glasses off my face. And of course, I had a few drinks in me, so I was just like, "Come on, dude." And I wasn't like being aggressive with him or anything. I was like, "Come on, man."
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, he was like walking away, whatever. And then he just wound up and sucker punched me.
Do you know how hard it is to be your sister? I cry all the time. He gets this kind of stuff when it happens to you. Like
got held up at gunpoint in Chicago.
What?
Yes.
You know that story?
Why am I here?
This was a while ago, and
He's
this
like,
was.
"Thank God I'm leaving tomorrow."
Do you see what I mean about how like Chicago, like Chicago kind of hardens you a little bit, but it's not like a hard, dude. It's just more like
beeps at you at the stop sign at the stoplights because it's just
they don't
there's
get
a
shot.
lot of pent up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pent up energy.
Yeah.
But the whole point of this was that like through all these experiences, right? Like we make beautiful art.
Yes.
Don't we?
For sure.
We draw inspiration from it and something good comes out of it. And that is why I love music because you can tell when someone puts their whole chest, their whole heart into their music.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of that, it's funny. Do you ever write sad songs? I have a shit ton of them.
I did.
I don't know if I
don't front like original, like not. I haven't written an original sad song in a while, but that one I did with the Madison Beer vocal a few weeks ago that you really like.
Beautiful.
I love that.
That's the first one. I think that's like the first one you've done
in years since I used to make future bass music.
He used to make like emo music in high school.
Yeah,
I've made everything.
Yeah.
Like this is like what we're just talking about. We're literally talking about genres like just like recently, but yeah, like I have a lot of like. You know, all that like if you get sad and like you want to like what helps me is like, you know, obviously going to the gym, but writing music and putting it down, like that Plastic Hotel song. That was the first sad song that I ever really like came out with. And I was so fucking nervous because I was like, dude, I'm like trying to be like this bass house artist. Like I'm like, and like, I don't know. This whole genre thing is, I never know what's right or wrong. You know what I mean?
The lines are so blurred now.
There's no genres right now.
It doesn't even, and that's I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I like, okay, for instance, like my live set, I played techno, D&B, all my bass house, you know, house stuff, even a little bit of tech house, but like I finally got to play a set that I've always wanted to play. And I made like techno and D&B.
Was this at Wonderland?
Beyond Wonderland, yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Thank you. It was so...
Yeah,
but...
he had a good weekend. He had 3 shows that weekend, right?
Yeah, I got asked to do the Passport Lounge, which is like for their private own, like no one, you can't get in there. Not even artists can, unless like you are a passport holder. And then I did that the second day, and then that night after that set, I talked a little bit, and I had to go right back to Hollywood and close for Chami.
Wow.
That dude is so tall, by the way. Holy shit. He's taller than everybody.
Everyone, you'll have to edit in the picture. Everyone says my husband looks like Chami.
He looks a lot like Chami, yeah.
He does.
Does he have a beard?
He has a beard, not as big though.
Yeah.
Well, it can
But he's
grow
got
that
glasses.
big.
Sometimes he's got the same haircut.
Yeah.
He should do him for Halloween, and you should wear a ski mask and do Mala.
That would actually
That'd
be
be
really
a great
funny.
costume, yeah.
I don't know. That was. What the fuck was that?
I don't know. My computer just started randomly playing music.
That was my song, by the way.
That was.
I was like, what the fuck? I was like, wait. Oh, I sent it to you. Yeah.
Okay.
We were going through demos yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, here's like all my random stuff that I don't know what to do with. You want to listen? And so that was one.
But like, how did you just summon it to play?
Yeah,
Is
that
what
was.
this guy does? No,
Yeah.
that's Attack. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, behind you is they could see it on your screen is Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Which shout out Attack on Titan. You can watch it. Where can you watch it now?
Crunchyroll.
Shit.
Yeah,
Crunchyroll,
all that weird shit.
Netflix.
We're in the Proppa home right now. This is the first episode of Elevated Frequencies in the Proppa home.
I know. We talked about being consistent with branding, and I definitely have not been with my locations where I've been shooting my podcast. But, I'm growing, and I'm using the resources that are available to me, a.k.a. my brother's house, which is down the street from me.
And it has...
Yeah, I didn't know that. So I was like, where is she? There's 2 minutes away. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we always talk about it. We always hear the same shit.
Yeah, I know. So if there's anything that you can't cut out of this, like a motorcycle going by, we always tell people anything that's coming by his house first, then goes by mine. So we'll be on the phone. I'll be like,
Ambulance is coming.
Siren's coming your way.
Yeah.
Yep. When there's people playing, like we have Puerto Rican Independence Day over here.
Lots of music blasting, and we always did you see that one?
Yeah, did you see that girl twerking on that car?
That's it. You told me there's a Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
area?
we have two parades. Well, the Mexican Independence is more downtown. It's not over here. The Puerto Rican one is over here because of Humboldt Park. It's cool. It's
cool. It's just rowdy.
It's loud. Yeah, it's around all day, all weekend.
Yeah. And it's the one day he's like, I can't fucking work because I just hear boom.
It's just a lot. Yeah.
I just play Xbox that day. Yeah. I just play Xbox. Yeah. And then people in the Xbox party you can hear in the background too. They're like, "Are you listening to 12 different songs right now?"
Yeah. Since when you listen to reggaeton.
Yeah. I live next to a fire. It's a dual fire and police station, and they have a helipad, and they constantly are fly to LA because I'm Burbank, which is technically LA, but downtown.
Yeah.
Dude, it was. Did I send you that video? The weirdest shit happened. One night I'm working on music, and I hear usually my apartment rumbles from the helicopter. This night it was I felt like fucking tanks were coming, and I look outside because I'm on the third floor. I look outside my loft, and there's 8 helicopters all going straight to downtown LA. I was like, what the fuck is going on in
You
LA?
don't watch the news, so you're just it could be aliens, it could be
Dude, it literally looked like they're something was going on. Either maybe it was practice, but I don't know. It scared the shit.
Yeah, a little training exercise.
Video, and it was terrifying. But yeah, dude.
can we talk about that for a second though? Because before we start recording,
aliens?
No, I do. We do like talking about aliens.
Okay,
No,
let's talk about aliens.
Not watching the news is such a huge thing, and I recommend it to everybody. And again, privileged take, right? To not be aware. And I'm not saying don't be aware of what's going on in your local community and stuff, but why did you make a conscious decision to be I'm not paying attention to this shit?
Because just like you, how you had to see it every day. When I was stationed in Maryland for 3 years, I was working at the NSA, and I was a intelligence. I was a cryptologist, not like the crypto everyone thinks, but I would break codes and I don't know how much I'm supposed to say, but I would pretty much just my job was to gather intel on other people, so every day I have to go through people's stuff.
Whoa.
And I would see man, I saw so we have linguists because a lot of I'm trying not to give too much away.
Edward Snowden hates this man.
I don't know. I'm just saying let's say it was a different language in the Middle East, and by translators, they would have to also go through intel, which means again, I don't want to say too much, but they would go through people's stuff.
Yeah.
And if it was too graphic, they would give it to me.
So you saw the depravity of human.
They don't care about human life over there at all. And it made it so weird to me because I was like this one guy's was blown off from a sniper bullet, like their pillbox. And then
I'm going to have to bleep a lot of those because YouTube will flag the video.
Oh my God.
Long story short, like I would have to go through this stuff. And she would say, she's like, is there any intel? And I would go through it. And then that was my thing. They would give me, and I was just like, I can handle it. And then it became like,
but like no one can truly handle it.
No,
mentally.
I'm mentally like kind of little. Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, that's.
But that's why I look at the news because I'm just every single day I'd be like, what's going on? And like, here's the thing: we see news, right? I would see news that is like not supposed to be seen. We're supposed to know. So dude, every day I thought we're going to war. I was like, holy shit! Like, dude, I can't believe they're doing this. People over here are like, like it's just. And then So when I couldn't do it. They're like, you can stay here. You can make $100K getting out of the military. I go, fuck that. I'm going to be poor and make music. I'm going to be happy because I realized that just seeing all that, it's not natural.
Yeah.
That's why all these kids are fucking like, everyone's all like depressed and stuff. It's not, we have depression.
Everything we're seeing on Twitter and and
we're seeing conflict.
We are filling our brains with it first thing in the morning. People go on their phones, they scroll.
That was me.
Scroll.
Yeah.
You get addicted to it.
Yeah. Something in Gaza. I'm just like, dude, like I feel bad all the time.
Yeah. And the worst part is not being able to do anything about it because what can we do?
Yeah.
We're just here sitting ducks.
That was the thing. Because before it was my job, I was able to do stuff. And I push it and then things would happen. Like things actually would happen until I gathered. So like it was not satisfactory, but like I saw a product, but now I'm looking at it and then I was talking to him. I was just like, dude, I'm just like this, just knowing that we might go to like, maybe.
Yeah. We were on the phone and you were like talking to me about how like this was all like scaring you.
I'm just so, when I see people like pain, dude, it fucking hurts. Like I hate seeing like and that's all news is. It's just conflict and clickbait articles. And so I was just like, dude, you should stop it. I was like, you know what? I deleted my Apple News. I deleted Reddit.
Good for you.
All my notifications on social media. I've always been turned off anyways. So like I won't. I check my DMs.
And you earned that. You've put in.
I check twice a day, like for social media and like.
That's fine. And that's good. But there needs to be some sort. We've lost all boundaries. From that barrage of bad, and even if it's not like traditional news, just people saying horrible things.
Yeah.
It is so bad for our mental health.
I cut the news out like pretty much when I cut the news out is when you could see a direct translation in my productivity with remixes and stuff like 2021. 2022.
Yeah, because you were paying so close attention all the time.
I was always so tapped in, and just for what? Like how much of my time and energy did I waste?
Yeah, what are we gonna do? Save the world? It's like we're just like hurting ourselves, and like dude, there's gonna be conflict out there, and like.
You can try.
And I'll stand for people if I like. It's obvious. Like you can. If I can support people somewhere that like matters and that will have a difference, of course I will. But at the same time, like you can't. We always say you can't pour from an empty cup, and it's like, what am I doing? Like I have no energy. I'm not progressing myself. I'm nothing to the world, and I'm worried about these causes. I can't even help them.
And the best thing that you can do is help out your immediate community.
Yeah.
If there's whether it's a fundraiser, volunteering, just seeing someone in need. I mean, you helped that old man with the broken leg get in the car the other day.
I did.
Remember, outside my house. Yeah.
Get Samaritan.
Those are the things that make a difference, and they have a ripple. It's like the butterfly effect. Like it will ripple on.
Yeah.
It's seeing all those horrible things and not being able to do anything, and then also like getting pressure. Like the people are like, it's kind of died down now, but I can't believe Chris Lake hasn't said anything about the conflict in the Middle East. It's like, dude.
You don't need to know about.
You don't need to know it, just because he hasn't said anything. And I'm just using him as an example. People didn't actually, but people in general, people are like, I can't believe insert DJ name here. It's like, just because they haven't said anything doesn't mean they don't have an opinion.
Yeah.
And like also, like you need to respect that they need to protect their mental health as well.
Yeah.
Everybody.
It's not a conversation everybody wants to have. And then it's like, okay, so what if I'm not fully educated on the topic? Are you going to shame me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to talk about something I'm not educated about. You know what I mean?
It is so,
yeah.
It is so toxic.
And you know, it's something that you can see that sort of just not genuine takes from celebrities. Like when during the whole like
singing and shit.
there is and we could.
During the COVID.
Yeah, during COVID and during the George Floyd thing, when all of the celebrities were doing the "I take responsibility" thing, it's like
imagine all the people.
Yeah, it's like you can do something else if you want, like you know.
And you can also do it without posting about it.
Yeah,
you know?
it's like we know that you're doing this for you, not for the cause. That actually, like, it is for you. You like you're tired. People aren't paying attention to you right now. It's COVID, whatever. Like, and just you can always tell when someone's trying to talk about a cause to make themselves look good.
Oh yeah.
And like if you don't know if you don't know enough about something to make a difference, then it's good. It's okay to sit back and just take in information and educate yourself in quiet, you know?
So like, I understand what, like now my job position, I'm a musician artist. That's why I make a lot of sad music, but I don't put it out because like, I'm trying to, this whole genre stay on that thing. But like, I make a lot of happy, energetic music. I make these funny videos because life gets fucking sad. And man, if I can make someone smile or laugh and just forget, like, I know, because like you go to a festival, that's what people do. That's what it's there for. You get off your fucking shitty job that you've been fucking working. Your fucking boss sucks. He's been there for so long. That's why he's not fired yet, because he's friends with like the head or whatever. And you're making minimum wage and you hate it. But then you go to this festival, you see all your friends, all the lights and this music and everything's fucking happy. And like, and you forget. And it's like, it's just that feeling. Like I had that feeling. That's when I first, like, went to my first festival called Love Fest in Hawaii. Dude, I was like, what the fuck is this?
It's life changing.
Yeah, this is sick.
It really is. And like you said, with your content, if you can make, and especially when like you see someone sees your piece of content and they share with someone else who will like it, and then you have that connection, like that's just that is making a difference in people's lives, is creating something that's like your gift, sharing your talents.
Yeah. I mean,
so I want to like highlight the main takeaways that we've talked about tonight. We've talked about cohesion in your branding. We've talked about protecting your mental health, right? Mm-hmm. About doing the hard things.
Yeah.
And did I miss anything? Because these are like major lessons that every artist needs to pay attention to, take away, and implement in their own life.
No, I think that pretty much covers it, but it's just like, consistency is kind of the overlying thing of all of that. It's just be consistent, be a consistent human.
I'm talking to, like, you teach too, but like a lot of friends who are like, they're just starting out, like they're just getting their foot in the door, they're getting gigs, whatever, and they have music, but they don't put it out. One of the most talented people I know, Leon, you motherfucker, like, put out your music, dude. You too, Jacob, if you're listening to this, dude, they're just like geniuses. Their music is so good, but they're so like, people that it's hard to put something out that it's like your baby and you're just giving it out to the world. Like,
release the Kraken.
Dude,
yeah.
You know what?
The floodgates.
It's and the first one might not be good. And you know what? You might get 5 listens or maybe none. But you got to keep doing it. Consistency. Like, consistency. Dude, that's all I keep. Like, Bijou just said that the other day. He's just like, he had his videos he's doing.
Yeah.
What's it called? Industry, whatever.
Yeah. Industry.
Dude,
yeah.
Great. He's like, it's not about quality. It's not about like all the labels. Like, if you have labels coming up, it's like consistency.
Yeah.
And even because labels will sign you if they see like, oh, this guy's pushing out content and music and like he's doing it. Like, we want this guy on our team.
I make sure the one thing with all of my students is like, I make sure that they're on top of like the remix game, because that's the place where you can control your output, like your audio output as an artist. That's the one place releasing remixes on SoundCloud.
I mean, think about it. If you're in like a rock band, what do you do to get started?
Bandcamp.
You go to bars and you do cover band. You're a cover band, right?
Yeah.
You get started. People, I like this guy.
That's a good. Right. That's what kind of builds trust. Like, okay,
exactly.
They're doing stuff I recognize.
For EDM artists, it's remixes. It's the same thing. Literally the same thing. It's
so smart.
Yeah.
Like,
make that a social media clip.
We should.
Yeah.
Also,
that's a good point.
If you're gonna do remixes, by the way, do not do do not do One More Time by Daft Punk. Save that, because that is obviously a hit. Like, no matter what, that's an easy win.
Andrew really wants to remix One More Time, and he's tired of all the other remixes coming out before his.
I'm close. I know I'm ready.
Like, everybody hold off until I can put mine.
No more of it. Pickle had a really good one, so I have to wait a year. Like,
so tell me really quickly before we wrap up, what do both of you guys have like within the next couple weeks, months? What's up next?
Okay.
I've got a lot. I mean, me and CJ are releasing a record on Hood Politics May 7th. I have to find out the day. I think I have, I should have, first week of May, I have a remix coming out for an awesome artist on D&D Records. I'm in Phoenix on Monday playing a show. we haven't announced yet, but I'm in Portland May 17th. I'm also releasing a record, May 17th on Hood Politics with CJ. I got a lot coming out, a lot more.
Incredible.
And
what about you?
The releases I have, there's no dates for them yet, but like the next show is in 2 weeks, Montreal, for Dr. Fresh and Habstrack's tour. It's the very end of their tour.
Sick.
And so I did one show already with them in Brooklyn, and dude, it's
awesome. Yeah.
Like that was the first
big
time
fan vibes. It seems like,
it's the first time I felt like I'm an artist. Like, cause like Tony and like all they were just so like, it's like hanging with friends. Like, again, you're saying like 5% of people are douchebags in this industry. Dude, they're all sick. They're all so much fun. And like, I need to stop fucking talking. I'm so excited. I'm like, oh my God, that was sick. And then, oh my God. And
that's amazing.
Like, I'm just so, genuine. Dude. Yeah. It just feels so good to finally like be myself as an artist, not trying to be this person or be that person.
Absolutely.
Like, it just like being myself is like, it's funny. People tell you that, but it's not that easy. It's not at first. Because you see what works.
And then you want to copy it, but it's always better to be a first-rate version of yourself than a second-rate version of someone else.
Yeah, and if I want to make Lil Ducky and put that shit out, I'm gonna fucking put that song out.
Have you heard Lil Ducky?
Period.
We gotta play Lil Ducky. I'll play a clip of Lil Ducky.
Lil Ducky.
Dude,
well, this has been amazing.
This is fun. Yeah.
We have to do this again because I think we could talk forever, but I need to be mindful of how much time Jonah has to edit, which is not very much. Thank you both.
Jeez,
dude, thank you for having us. Like, I love your podcast. You're such a good conversationalist. So, I think I didn't even know you two were related. So, like, when I found out, like, I was like, what the fuck? You're both super talented. This is the fuck. It runs in the family.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Doug.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Thanks for having me. And,
It was my pleasure.